Good morning, guys, and welcome to the Good Nerdy Morning Show. I know it's Sunday in the Philippines right now, 9 o'clock precisely, and today we're gonna be doing some experiments brought to me by one of my um, one of my crew sa Philippine PC Enthusiast Philippines. Now, before we get started, I would like to thank everyone who's watching and everybody who supported my last live stream. And I'm doing this for you guys. And again, how this works is there's a chat on the side of your computer or of your screen, and just let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to answer it. But today, we're gonna focus more on just doing the experiment presented by Colgate, and our we're using today is a dual core right there. It's a dual core. I don't know if it's focusing. I'm gonna be using a dual core, and I'm gonna be using my version 6 uh, PC that I built about back in '08 or '07. Now, before anything else, I just want to make a shout out to all the admins and to all the new members. And if in case you guys don't know who our admins is, I would like to present our admins. Okay, now that you guys met our admin, mga admin, go ahead and click their links in the bottom of this video, and go ahead and add them, shoot them a question, and kahit ano pang kailangan nyo. Subukan namin tulungan kayo. Okay? Now, the question was, kaya ba, kaya bang, pwede bang gamitin ng toothpaste para ikulang CPU? Nung tinanong sa akin yan, well, it was posted sa community about all the thermal paste na pwede mong gamitin. Um, Came out na pwede mo pala gamitin ang toothpaste. And that question came from Harley. That's Harley right there. Um, he's he has a pretty good background when it comes to computer, and I would like to welcome him. He's the new member of this community, and this is the post he made. I don't know if you guys can actually see. The very bottom says what you call this? It says toothpaste. I can't even see it, or something like that. But subukan natin i-debunk yan if it actually works or not. It's I'm gonna be putting the thermal paste on the CPU, and I will show you guys how to do it. And I'm gonna try to prove if not. Now, how we're gonna debunk this is kung gagana siya sa PC, I'll try to play a game, that would utilize a little bit of the video card and the CPU. Now, we're not gonna overclock it because if you overclock it, you're gonna burn the toothpaste pretty fast. So now, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna show you guys how to actually put the toothpaste sa CPU. If you guys are ready, all right, let's get to it. All right. First, sponsored by Colgate. Mga di mahilig mag-toothbrush, go ahead and brush your teeth now. And of course, it's morning there, so maybe you guys are brushing your teeth or drinking coffee. like I always do, I always have my coffee with me. And again, sa mga viewers, welcome. Welcome and thank you guys for always supporting me, and even when I make mistakes, you're still there for me. So, there it is. Toothpaste, anti-cavity. And here's our CPU. Now, how am I going to put this? Do I spread it or do I put a dot? Well, I'm going to do this how I usually do it. Um, I always use the dot method, because it doesn't really produce a lot of bubbles, like that would induce more heat, and may destroy your CPU. And well, I set this up. I'll show you guys how I'm gonna actually do this. CPU is right there. Now we're gonna go back to the question here. So, there's a lot of questions about um, how you're gonna place your fans, or what's the best method when it comes to dissipating heat. Now I'm gonna do that after the video. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you guys a lot of things after I actually install this. Now we're gonna focus back to our camera, which is gonna be right on my board right there. Now this is a pretty old system that I have. Like I said, back in 07 or 08, and it still works using a dual core. And I actually overclocked this quite a bit back in the day. And I'm using all my old system that I'm using to my current CPU. Don't expect any fancy wiring and stuff like that. I'm using my 780. Yeah, I don't care. If it burned out, sure, whatever. And we're gonna be using my plug and play SSD. So there. And also, I'm using my old H80 and my Antec system. So yeah, it's pretty junky. I know. All right, let's do this. I know I should be placing this down on the table, but since you guys are watching, I'm gonna make it harder for myself. Come on, go in there, go in there. I completely forgot how to install the CPU since it's so old and it's so. Now we got our CPU in. Toothpaste. Yeah, we're doing the dot method, okay? All right, there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm gonna lower this down. It's not really the nicest dot method, but that should work, I think. Now comes the hard part, installing the cooler while I'm filming this. I think my room is gonna start smelling like fluoride after I install this. I remember how hard and painful it is to put this back. Okay, got one in there. Okay, placing the other one. The bracket is the most painful part. That may happen. Alright, forget this. We're gonna install the bracket first. Oh, it's starting to smell like fluoride already. Happen again. Oh, this is harder than anticipated. It would be a lot easier if it was laying on the floor or something like that. Alright. Brackets, brackets, brackets. Excuse me real quick. Alright. There it is. I know I should be inserting some sort of music here, but you guys can hum and invent the music of your own. Drink up coffee while I have a hard time putting this on there. Such is life. There you go. Now we got it. Alright, hopefully this works. Alright, the only issue with the toothpaste is it doesn't stick like a regular thermal paste, so like that, like so. Alright. So now I just need to plug it all in. Well, not yet. I gotta screw it all in. That's what she says. Well, that's not working. Well, this is harder than anticipated. It's not working on me. You guys are enjoying this, huh? Watch me struggle. I gotta redo this again, guys. Sorry. The toothpaste is not helping me at all installing this. It's not sticking like a thermal paste. It's actually sliding off. This is hopefully this is worth it. Hopefully this is worth it. Alright, let me take this off real quick. Take off the bracket here. And alright. Alright, you stay there. Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie. Alright. Should have done a better wiring. Would have helped. But this is an old system. So no. Oh, I keep hitting the camera. Sorry, guys. Ugh. Alright. Stay in there. Insert music, please. The Rude by Sandstorm. Or Sandstorm by the Rude. Right? That's what they say nowadays. Oh, I figured I was leaning too much on my video part there. Shouldn't do that. Mess everything up. Alright, we got it. Now 2 more screws. unfortunately. Not fun. Not fun at all. Alright, looks like we're going somewhere. Alright, where is that last piece? There it is. What is going in there? What's in there? Alright, we got it. Let me screw everything all together. Alright, looks like we're ready to go. Alright, first let's see if it's gonna power up. Voila! Now let's see, let's move on this side. So I'm waiting for it. I know it sounds like a jet plane taking off. It's actually working, guys. How about that? Now, I do have an issue. Looks like I have an error right here. Let me turn this off. And let me fix my... Let's see if there's any wires that came loose. My video card. I had this issue earlier. Looks like we stumbled to an error. One of my, since it's pretty old. Let's see, C1. Still C1. Might be most likely my video card. Okay. So everything is working just fine. Interesting. It's not booting up. Maybe it's a failure. Maybe it is not. It's not suited. Toothpaste doesn't work. But I'm not about ready to give up yet. God, I forgot how old this system is. Still using DDR2. How about that, guys? DDR2. Any of you guys use DDR2? Alright, let's use this DIM slot. Maybe my DIM slots are shot. not sending signal out. There it is. Oh! And the reveal, guys. There it is. Here it is. Now let me put in my other DIM slots, or my DIMs. And let's play some games. Will it actually boot up? It's a question. Oh great. Stumble into another error. Hi guys. Oy. Oy, oy, oy. Alright. 1D. Okay. The dims are shot. That's what it is. Got it to work earlier, but I remember that dim slot is actually not working. See. Okay, let me take this dims real quick. I worked on that earlier. There it is. Yeah, I'm sweating, guys. It's hot. Alright. So floppy disk fail, as you can see, because I don't have any. Let me go to BIOS. And let me load optimize. Now let's save and exit. And let's wait for it to boot. Let's turn off the light so you guys can see it better. No burning smell, guys. I think it's gonna optimize real quick, just like earlier, since I took it out and took it back in. Ooh, that's not good. It blue screened on me. Let's do that again, guys. Let's do that again. So it looks like it's working fine. Maybe because of my dim. Ha! It boot. How about that? Alright, let's test run this with 1 gig. I don't think I can run a game using 1 gig, but we'll try. I know all the blank is all my it's on my other file, but let's run this as a admin. seems to be working because it's still loading. Interesting. Run, baby, run. I think what it is my memory is actually pretty. Yeah, I'm only running 1 gig. Let me try this one more time, guys. Oh, hold on. Looks like we got a good sign here. This is really freaking slow. Oh. Ha! Alright. Who's ready for some Mortal Kombat here? There it is, guys. It works. It works. And now it crashed. Now is it? Nope, it didn't crash. Let me. Yep, because I'm not using the same thing. Alright, let's see the temp. Let's see if it's actually going to tell me. Sure, go ahead. See if it will actually work. And there it is. CPU. I'm using an 8600. Memory is 1 gig. Motherboard is 750i, the SLI motherboard back in the day, the 122. Alright, so now that we got that figured out, forgot to install the temp. Well, alright. But since we already see that, now, alright. So, back to that. Harley, I proved you wrong. Proved you wrong. Actually, well, I didn't prove you wrong, but it's actually a fact that you can run it. Now, let me explain why. Let me turn this off before I blow up my computer. No, I'm just kidding, guys. It won't blow up. Alright, let me explain real quick why does it work. Well, first of all, thermal interface material, or TIM, or as everybody know it is thermal paste. Now, that doesn't really cool your CPU. It doesn't. Okay, it does not. What it does, it actually does. It transfers heat. All right, it's a compound material made of metal. Well, prove me if I'm wrong. Silicone. Um, and it transfer your heat from your CPU to your cooler, which is my H80, or I forgot what this is, but what you call this? Yeah, it transferred the heat from your CPU to cooler. Now, other people, instead of some people actually don't use thermal interface. Some. That's because they, you know, it can actually work without it because metal to metal conducts heat. Now, if you add another paste on there, it all the hose that's on the chipset um, is being covered by the thermal paste, which is then goes to the thermal paste to your CPU through your liquid cooler all the way to your radiator to your fan going out. So that's why it works. Now, toothpaste has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with anything. Okay, it's just liquid. It's just liquid. It burns from the heat. Um, it doesn't really cool anything. Doesn't transfer heat. Um, it's just what it does. It burns. It burns, and that burning, it's actually transferring heat from your your CPU. I mean your cooler, your radiator, and your AIO. And another thing I want to debunk here for you guys, for all new system builders, bottlenecking. Now, how do you define bottleneck? Does that mean you have to buy new stuff? Okay, that's what it is? Now you can actually buy all of that cheaper. Okay, you can buy cheaper stuff, and you'll run just fine. Like power. Okay, now we're going back to my computer here. Let me turn on my light. So, back to my computer. I know, excuse the messy bed. Going back to my computer, you see, I am using a 680 running a um a GeForce 780, a really old motherboard and stuff. You know, typical stuff. Now, power doesn't always translate to how much you're actually gonna use. Okay, like I know I went overkill with my version 10 with 1000 watt. That doesn't really, you know, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be able to use all of that. What it is just your threshold to operate your computer. 680, I mean the 780. I think it's about, with all this system altogether, I would say about 500 watt minimum. And this is without, I'm using an SSD, your hard drive, 1 gig, a really old CPU. And the thing about nowadays, your SSD doesn't really take a lot of power. So if you have SSD, you can actually go to a lower wattage power supply. Okay, 680 like right now is actually a lot of power for this system. Yep, it is. Um, and people ask me all the time, how much power do I need? And there is a very good site that I usually recommend, and I will post in the community later. Um, it'll help you calculate how much power you're gonna need. Okay. So again, back to the topic about toothpaste being a thermal interface. It is a fact that it works. It works, yeah, proven. But do I recommend it? Absolutely not. Okay, no, no. Like Joe said, no. You will burn your CPU faster than in an hour. Okay. What you do is, whatever money you used to buy your toothpaste, buy a thermal interface. Tim. Okay, Tim. Okay, buy it. Okay, whatever it is, Arctic, whatever it is, it's much better than a toothpaste. So that concludes our good nerdy morning show, the very first one, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, hope you guys like it. And again, thank you for watching my show, and thank you for always supporting our group. If you guys want to join, go ahead. Our The link for the group is in the bottom of this website or this stream. And add me on Facebook, HJ or Harris Hagen. You'll find me for sure. Also on Instagram and Twitter. Now, this is it. I would like to say bye. And I'll see you again next Thursday for the live wire chit chat, Q&A. Ask me any questions, and I will try my best to answer back. All right. Thanks, guys, and good morning. Have a good day.